Good afternoon, dear student friends. Yesterday we already discussed about the Mendelism and Mendelian genetics. In that, we already studied about the history of J.J. Mendel, when he was born, when he was died, and how he worked, on which species he worked. Like one is Drosophila and another one is the Pisum sativum, that is a garden pea plant. And how many number of species is grown in 7 years? About 28,000 number of species. In out of these 28,000 number of species are the plants, are the generations. In that he select, there are 7 different kinds of contrasting characters. Actually there are 14 numbers of contrasting characters. In that 7 they are mentioned as a 7 pair of contrasting characters of Mendelian inheritance. And why he was selected the Pisum sativum as a experimental plant or a specimen for the experiment? There are certain reasons I have explained already. And Mendel, who was introduced, there are the type of inheritance or the laws which are put forth by Mendelian. Before studying of these, we are already known the important terms of genetics. Those are oftenly they are occurred in this chapter. So today we are going to discuss about the Mendelian laws. See, in the left corner you can see the beautiful diagrams which are 7 pair of contrasting characters which are shown in the morphological characters, and at the right side you can see the principle of Mendelian inheritance. He put forth there are the 3 different laws. One is law of segregation, law of independent assortment, and law of dominance. And today we are going to discuss about the law of dominance and also law of segregation. So what is law of dominance and what is law of segregation, and some experimental studies and how they are illustrated, and what is their ratios like phenotype and genotype. Let us study the law of dominance here. This is also called as a Mendel's first law of inheritance. According to the law of dominance, hybrid offsprings will only inherit the dominant trait in the phenotype. The alleles that are suppressed are called as recessive traits, while the alleles that determine the trait are known as the dominant traits or dominant characters. So it's very simple thing. The law of dominance, what it said, the law of dominance, according to this law, hybrid offspring, when the crossing between the 2 parents which yield a offspring, what is called as a hybrid offspring it is, that hybrid offspring will only inherit the dominant trait, only it express the dominant characters in the phenotype. Phenotype, it refers to external visible characters of an organism. The alleles that are suppressed are called as those which are suppressed by this dominant trait, those are called as a recessive traits, while the alleles that determine the trait, determine the character or express the character, those are known as a dominant traits. See, in this figure they are mentioned, there are the 2 parental plants which are bears. There are the 2 different colored flowers. One is purple and another one is the white flower. They are undergoing crossing, which is there are the hybrids in the F1 generation. Those purple plants are purple flowers which are having their genotypes like a capital PP, while the flowers of white flower they are having the genotypes like a small p, small p. these are undergo to crossing and they yield a first generation, that is a first filial generation is called as a F1 generation. In that all the heterozygous plants which bears only purple color flowers, all those are purple color. So these purple color flowers which are consist of a heterozygous condition of genotype. Heterozygous I am telling here. The heterozygous, it refers to what? There are the two dissimilar kinds of genes which are present on the homologous chromosomes. Yesterday only we are already discussed about the important definitions or important terms in the genetics. So that is also heterozygous condition. What is homozygous condition? What is homologous chromosomes? All these things. So see here, the heterozygous condition, it refers to the capital P is the dominant character, small p is the recessive character. In this there are the two dissimilar kinds of genes are present. The condition is called as a heterozygous condition. Alright. So this heterozygous condition, which also shows only in that one gene can expressive in nature and another one is suppressive. Those which is expressive in nature, what is called as a dominant character or dominant trait. The dominant trait only expressive in nature, that law is called as a law of dominance. And here also same here, wherever the small p is present, no problem, the p is present, but in that also they are expressive in nature, right? So this is what law of dominance. And their illustration, how we expect the expression of this law of dominance. So in this cross means at the before we have known this slide which are showing this cross. The cross parental plants bears two different color flowers. The phenotype of the parents are, one is a purple flower and another one is the white flower, which are carries the genotypes like a capital PP and a small p. The capital P present a purple flower and small p represents the white flower. Capital P represents the purple flower and small p represents the white flower. Crossing between these two parents gives 4 offsprings in F1 generation. Of course, all the offsprings are purple flowers with heterozygous genotypes like capital P and small p. It shows the law of dominance. In presence of dominant genes, recessive genes are suppressed even in F2 generation also. In the F2 generation also. Like this is the illustration of what? Law of dominance. Then let us go to another law, that is the law of segregation. The law of segregation, it states that two alleles of a gene that are found on chromosome pair separate with the offspring receiving one from the mother and one from the father. So whenever they are present in a genotypic region, either they may be homozygous or heterozygous condition. During the time of gamete formation, at the time of meiosis, they get separated. That law is called as a law of segregation. Two alleles of a gene that are found on chromosome pair separate with the offspring receiving one from the mother and another from the father. So another definition or another state for the statement for the law of segregation: whenever crossing between two parents having pair of contrasting characters brought together in a hybrid, they are separate or segregate during the time of gamete formation. At the time of gamete formation, they are get separated. See, for example, in the law of dominance also, we seen that the capital P which represents the purple color flower, during the time of gamete formation, two gametes are separated, during that time. So half the one piece goes to one gamete and another piece goes to another gamete. Like this way they are undergo to segregate or they are separate during the time of gamete formation, what is called as a law of segregation. And this Mendelian's law of segregation states that these two alleles will be separated from each other during meiosis. Specifically, in the second of the two cell division, specifically the second of the two cell division of meiosis, the copies of each chromosome will be separated from each other. Of course, the first meiosis, it is refers to the first meiosis, causing the two distinct alleles located on those chromosomes so segregate from one another. They are segregate from one another. So what is called as a law of segregation. For the law of segregation, we put forth the example for the law of segregation is a monohybrid cross. It is whenever crossing involving between the two parents, they are brought together in a hybrid. Means a tall plant and a dwarf plant, they are brought together in a hybrid. They forms the heterozygous tall plant, that is a capital T and small t. They get separated. So which is clearly which mentioned by means of there is a red color bars or arrow marks are there. See, that is very good mark for the how they are get separated during the time of gamete formation. So just go through that chart which is present at the either side of this slide. See, the tall parent plant has two dominant genes like a capital T, and the pure dwarf parent plant has two recessive genes are small t. Of course, during gamete formation, two genes get separate. See here, during the time of gamete formation, two genes get separated here. Two genes get separate and these genes, when homozygous dominant tall, see, very important thing here, when homozygous dominant tall capital T is crossed with the recessive dwarf small t, all the individuals of F1 generation become heterozygous tall. I am telling here heterozygous tall. Here also you can see the diagrammatic representation. There are the one is a tall plant and another one is the dwarf plant, which are carries the genotypes like a capital T and a small t, which bears the gametes in the form of one is capital T and another one is the small t. They are crossing with each other. They yield a hybrid. That hybrid carries the genotypes like a heterozygous condition. That is capital T, small t. Then this is what the F1 generation, the first filial generation, in that all the plants are a heterozygous condition, but all the plants are tall here because of, as per Mendelian, the law of dominance also. Law of dominance. ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಮತ್ತು ಎತ್ತರ ಗಿಡ ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಗಿಡ ಕೂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮೀಡಿಯಮ್ ಗಿಡ ಹುಟ್ಟಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಪರ್ ನವ ಡೇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಮೀಡಿಯಮ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಪರ್ Mendelian he told that in the first filial generation all the heterozygous plants are said to be tall because of law of dominance, because of it is a more expressive than recessive, right? And then self crossing of this F1 generation, F1 is goes to cross with again F1, means capital T small t is crossed with again capital T small t, means two heterozygous plants are undergo to crossing here, but they are having same genotypes, means F1 is crossed with again with F1 only generation. The offsprings are in this ratio. The offsprings are in the ratio of 3:1 in phenotype and 1:2:1 in genotype. They are undergo to crossing, no, they yield, there are the four different kinds of plants, you know. In out of these four, three plants are a tall plant and one is a dwarf. But out of these three plants, the genotypes are different here. One is homozygous tall and two are heterozygous tall and one is a dwarf plant, right? In this cross, three plants are tall plants like two homozygous tall plants with it is a heterozygous tall plants with capital T small t genotypes, and another plant pure tall with capital T. The genotypes, one plant pure dwarf with small t genotypes. Hence the phenotypic ratio of monohybrid cross is 3:1, while the genotypic ratio is 1:2:1 it is. This is what the phenotypic and genotypic ratio phenotypic and genotypic ratio of law of segregation, or the first law of the Mendelians. Actually, the first law is a law of dominance, and after that segregation. Somehow, somewhere it is mentioned like that, but as per Mendelian, the first law is a law of segregation, right? So I think you hope you are understand this law of segregation and also the law of dominance, because already you have studied this genetics in 5th semester. Thank you very much.